Soccer, or football as it's known in many countries, is the most popular sport in the world. From local leagues to international tournaments, the passion for the game is unmatched. Today, we're going to explore the largest soccer teams in each country, focusing on the top three. Let's start with Brazil, a country known for its rich soccer history. The top three largest soccer teams in Brazil are Flamengo, Palmeiras, and São Paulo FC. These teams have a long-standing rivalry and a huge fan base that fills stadiums throughout the country. Moving on to Argentina, we have Boca Juniors, River Plate, and Independiente. These three clubs have a fierce rivalry and have dominated Argentine soccer for decades. Their matches, known as the Super Clásico, are intense and highly anticipated by fans. In Germany, the top three teams are Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, and Schalke 04. Bayern Munich, with its long history of success and star-studded lineup, is the most successful club in German football. Borussia Dortmund and Schalke 04 also have passionate fan bases and have had their fair share of triumphs. Spain, known for its beautiful style of play, is home to three football powerhouses: Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid and Barcelona are two of the most successful clubs in the world, with multiple Champions League trophies to their names. Atletico Madrid, although not as globally recognized, has consistently challenged the dominance of the other two teams in recent years. In Italy, the top three teams are Juventus, Inter Milan, and AC Milan. Juventus has been the dominant force in Italian football, winning multiple league titles in a row. Inter Milan and AC Milan, also known as the Milan Derby rivals, have a storied history and passionate fan bases. Moving to England, the birthplace of modern football, we have Manchester United, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Manchester United and Liverpool have a fierce rivalry and have both enjoyed periods of success throughout history. Arsenal, known for its distinct style of play under legendary manager Arsène Wenger, has a strong following and a rich history of its own. In France, the top three teams are Paris Saint-Germain, Marseille, and Lyon. Paris Saint-Germain, backed by Qatari owners, has emerged as a dominant force in recent years. Marseille and Lyon have a long-standing rivalry and have had their moments of success, both domestically and in European competitions. Heading to the Netherlands, Ajax, PSV Eindhoven, and Feyenoord are the three largest soccer teams. Ajax, with its rich history and focus on youth development, has produced some of the world's best players. PSV Eindhoven and Feyenoord, both based in Rotterdam, have also had their fair share of success. Finally, let's explore the United States, where the top three soccer teams are LA Galaxy, Seattle Sounders, and Atlanta United. These teams compete in Major League Soccer (MLS) and have been instrumental in growing the popularity of soccer in the country. Soccer, with its global reach and passionate fan bases, brings people together like no other sport. These largest soccer teams in each country inspire dreams, ignite rivalries, and create lasting memories for fans around the world. The game's universal appeal continues to grow, and the future looks bright for the world's most beloved sport. As we continue our journey around the world, let's move on to Portugal, where the top three teams are Benfica, Porto, and Sporting Lisbon. Benfica, with its rich history and passionate fan base, has a long-standing rivalry with Porto, making their matches highly anticipated. Sporting Lisbon, although not as successful in recent years, still commands a loyal following. In Scotland, Celtic, Rangers, and Aberdeen are the three largest soccer teams. Celtic and Rangers boast one of the oldest and fiercest rivalries in the world, known as the Old Firm Derby. Matches between these two teams are filled with excitement and intense competition. Aberdeen, although not as renowned, has had its moments of triumph in Scottish football. Crossing the border to Mexico, the top three teams are Club América, Chivas Guadalajara, and Cruz Azul. Club América and Chivas Guadalajara have a storied rivalry, known as the Clásico Nacional, which captivates fans across the nation. Cruz Azul, although not as successful in recent years, still has a passionate fan base that supports the team through thick and thin. Let's now turn our attention to Turkey, where Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, and Beşiktaş are the three largest soccer teams. These teams have a passionate fan base that fills stadiums with passionate chants and colorful displays. Matches between these teams, especially the Istanbul Derby between Galatasaray and Fenerbahce, are marked by intense rivalries and fierce competition. Heading to Russia, the top three teams are Zenit St. Petersburg, Spartak Moscow, and CSKA Moscow. Zenit St. Petersburg has established itself as the dominant force in recent years, winning multiple league titles. Spartak Moscow and CSKA Moscow, both based in the capital, have their own passionate fan bases and a history of success. In Belgium, the top three teams are Anderlecht, Club Brugge, and Standard Liège. Anderlecht, with its rich history, has had success domestically and in European competitions. Club Brugge and Standard Liège, although not as globally recognized, have loyal fan bases and have made their mark in Belgian football. Moving on to Greece, the largest soccer teams are Olympiacos, Panathinaikos, and AEK Athens. These teams have a passionate following, with fans filling stadiums and creating an electric atmosphere. Rivalries between these teams are intense, particularly the matches between Olympiacos and Panathinaikos, known as the Derby of the Eternal Rivals. Heading to South America, let's explore the top three teams in Colombia. Atlético Nacional, Independiente Medellín, and América de Cali are the giants of Colombian soccer. Matches between these teams are filled with rivalries and passionate fan support. Atlético Nacional, with its strong domestic and international performances, has established itself as the most successful Colombian team. Making our way to Uruguay, the top three teams are Peñarol, Nacional, and Defensor Sporting. Peñarol and Nacional have a fierce rivalry that dates back decades. Matches between these teams are significant events in Uruguayan football, captivating fans across the country. Defensor Sporting, although not as historically successful as the other two teams, has its own dedicated following. In Japan, the largest soccer teams are Kashima Antlers, Urawa Red Diamonds, and Yokohama F. Marinos. Kashima Antlers have been the most successful team in recent years, winning multiple league titles. Urawa Red Diamonds and Yokohama F. Marinos, although not as globally recognized, have passionate fan bases and have achieved success domestically. Let's now turn our attention to China, where Guangzhou Evergrande, Shanghai SIPG, and Beijing Guoan are the three largest soccer teams. Guangzhou Evergrande has dominated Chinese football in recent years, winning numerous league titles and establishing itself as a force to be reckoned with. Shanghai SIPG and Beijing Guoan, although not as successful, have strong fan bases and have challenged. Continuing our journey, we arrive in Egypt, where the top three teams are Al Ahly, Zamalek, and Ismaili. Al Ahly, with its rich history and passionate fan base, is the most successful team in Egyptian football, with multiple league titles and continental victories. Zamalek and Ismaili, although not as decorated, still command large followings and have their moments of triumph. Heading to Australia, the largest soccer teams are Sydney FC, Melbourne Victory, and Western Sydney Wanderers. Sydney FC and Melbourne Victory have a strong rivalry known as the Big Blue, capturing the attention of Australian soccer fans. Western Sydney Wanderers, although relatively new compared to the other two teams, has quickly gained a passionate fan base. In India, the top three teams are Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, and Bengaluru FC. Mohun Bagan and East Bengal have a storied rivalry that dates back to the early 20th century, known as the Kolkata Derby. These matches attract massive crowds and create an electric atmosphere. Bengaluru FC, although a younger team, has emerged as a strong force in Indian football. Finally, let's explore Nigeria, where Enyimba, Kano Pillars, and Rangers International are the three largest soccer teams. Enyimba has been the dominant force in Nigerian football, winning numerous league titles and continental championships. Kano Pillars and Rangers International, although not as successful, still have dedicated fan bases and contribute to the vibrant Nigerian soccer scene. And there we have it, a glimpse into the largest soccer teams in each country. Soccer's universal appeal, its ability to bring people together and ignite fierce rivalries, is truly unmatched. Whether it's the historic clubs in Europe, the passionate fan bases in South America, or the emerging powers in Asia, soccer continues to captivate and inspire millions of fans worldwide.